Alright, we are recording. We've got Eguy versus Frostfire here in week 4. This is a massive fight at the 3-0 bracket. One of these two players will end the week 4-0. And this is only the second game of the week, so a lot to look forward to. I've got Voltage here to cast with me. And
Yeah, this match is going to be at the very highest level. It's a match between two very experienced OG players, and here we go.
Go.
The match officially starts, and there's a big blue already, and Eguy gets it with a double super speed.
Yeah.
Frostfire just wants to take the scraps.
Both players would have practiced that double super speed on architecture for sure. And Frostfire, being the one to pick architecture, you would expect him to know that as well, but has already been able to make up the difference with that subsequent spawn. Eguy struggling to get to the top. Frosty able to do so no problem with the fan spawn.
Yeah, I think that what happened is that he got blasted and then just was unable to get his momentum back, and Frostfire just stole the entire spawn.
Next spawn is right below Eguy, and he's able to land and collect what looked like both yellows, but now both of them need to get up here for this top blue. Frostfire uses the super jump, has the perfect angle to land right on it, and that is going to be almost a 10-point lead for Frostfire after this spawn. Next one is right where the one before that was, and this time Frostfire is able to get the yellows as well. So, maintaining a little bit of advantage here is Frostfire, and Eguy is the one better prepared to make it up top this time.
Nice recovery though. That's really good. It just shows the understanding of this map, and just the ability to not bonk his head like most people would.
Yeah, was that respawn abuse we saw from Frostfire there?
No, he's used a perfect super jump.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's perfectly avoided the ceiling.
Eguy maintaining blast advantage. You can see right there knocking Frosty off. Unfortunately for him, the respawn point up here was triggered, so not able to really make a ton of inroads at this point. Next spawn is in a good position for both of them. We'll have to see who can get the blast. Frostfire goes for it. Eguy opts for the mega. These two weapons are going to clash momentarily, but the blast is going to be better suited to get that blue, and it's right where Frostfire wants it.
As long as you prepare your movement for the next spawn, you're always going to get the red chips. And there we go. Eguy gets a gem.
Yeah, that is a blue that you have to be ready for, and Eguy definitely was just quickly able to fall right on that, and that is going to cut the lead in half that Frostfire had. Both of them going for the blue, but Eguy crucially gets there half a second first and gets it uncontested. Now eating into the lead.
Blue.
Another blue! Eguy's on a 3 blue in a row streak and bringing this game back towards him. Halfway through the match, and Frostfire's lead has been cut down to only 5.
Frostfire is showing some very good control this corner and gets his typical 10-point lead back. And Eguy
going for the respawn abuse. Can he get it?
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, he does able to get up here with the respawn, but most of the spawn is already in Frostfire's pocket. Eguy landing closer on the next spawn, only able to get a yellow before Frosty starts to clean these up. Maintaining blast advantage, using it to pick up the next one, knocking Eguy away. The next spawn's coming in up top, both of them on the same ramp. Super speed versus super jump.
He's about to get the blue, and he does it.
Frosty gets it, and Eguy falls. Oh, this is huge for Frostfire.
Frostfire is absolutely thriving on these tough spawns, kicking Eguy out of his position.
Yeah, fortunate spawn for Frostfire, who was falling down here. Maybe not where he would have wanted to be, but the spawn gives him a little bit of breathing room. And 30-point lead for Frostfire now, right after Eguy put in so much work to narrow the scores. Double blue spawn.
Double super jump by Eguy. It works.
Yep, he's able to get the blue, but Frostfire has already equaled it with the other blue. Eguy's probably going to come out narrowly ahead on this spawn, but it's not really enough to eat into the massive lead that Frostfire has built up in this game. Repeat spawn. Another blast from Frostfire. You guys got to make something big happen very quickly. Only a minute left to make up 30 points. And we've seen swings come very quickly on architecture. Not yet this year, as this is the first pick of the tournament on this map. But Frostfire is continuing his momentum, not letting Eguy get back in this game whatsoever. And you can see the frustration is starting to hit. Eguy would have expected this pick from Frosty, but that doesn't mean he's any more equipped to deal with the rapid pace that Frostfire is showing off in this game. Oh, that is tilting.
Oh, he's barely missed it. He's barely missed the blue. And Frostfire seals the deal probably for this game.
Yeah, this game has got to be all she wrote for this one. More than 40 points in advantage for Frostfire, racking up the point differential in this one. More dominant yellows from this lower spawn, and Eguy is going to be thinking about game 2 at this point. Nice mega, but it's not going to be enough here.
Frosty still shows the control even after being hit by a Mega Marble.
That's going to be it for game 1. 180 to 128 on architecture. 5 blues all. You can see Eguy had a nice little streak there where he was able to collect 3 in a row and almost even up the game. But Frostfire just played a much more complete game from spawn to spawn, cleaning up the reds. What a janitor with almost 40 more red gems than Eguy. Very decisive one there.
Oh, absolutely. This also shows that this is his signature map, and it's incredibly difficult to win against him because he is just able to grind and monitor the spaces and completely dismantle his opponents.
What do you think we're going to be seeing from Eguy here in game 2? He needs something to really bite back at Frostfire.
I would expect something like Parkour Peaks, just because Frostfire doesn't really play all that much.
Yeah, we saw Ignis pick that into him as well as Sacred, and it seemed to be extremely effective. You know, Frostfire has his signature classics that he likes to play, but other than that, has a little bit more of a narrow pool than some of the other top players, and Eguy's going to have to take advantage of that in order to tie up the series. Outlook.
Okay, actually, that is expected. I've personally spoken with Eguy like before the match, and he said that he has previously done some big damage against Frostfire in Outlook, and there was some potential that he would pick it, and here we have it.
Yep, Frostfire knew he had to get a win on the board in game 1 on his signature map. And Eguy's pulling out a little bit of an unconventional map here. Only the second Outlook of the tournament, I believe, after MBO picked his against Mazik. Frosty opting to pick up the super speed first before the spawn. That is going to give Eguy a lead on the first spawn, but we're going to have to see if Frosty can make use of this super speed to even it up.
So far, just a couple of spawns that are right next to each other. And now here's the first interesting part. See how both these players can navigate the tornado spawn. And it seems like they both can pretty well.
Yeah, and that is one situation where having the super speed as Frostfire did can definitely help you out. Frosty pathing the spawn a little bit better. I think Eguy wasn't really sure which yellow he wanted to go for there. Both of them pathing towards the blast. They both get it. Going to be interesting to see how they use it here. Eguy falls into the tornado, but Frosty super speeds right towards the spawn. And it looks like it's going to be pretty even overall for this.
It just also seems that Frostfire is trying to risk a lot more than Eguy. And for the most part, it pays off because he's got that sort of experience being very risky.
Yeah, and generally on your opponent's map pick, you're going to be more open to taking those risks to try and get a win on a map that you otherwise would not be expected to. And camping up here at the top definitely pays off for Frostfire. This is a pretty big lead this early in the game. 1 minute down, 3 to go, and Frostfire is 42 to 24 over Eguy.
This at the moment looks like a big upset. Because as far as it is known, Frostfire actually has never won against Eguy on this map specifically.
Huge mistake from Frostfire. Yeah.
And Eguy gets the blue.
Another blue! Oh, it's right in front of Frostfire. That's huge. Repeat blue, even it up. Eguy had a big opportunity to close the gap there. Was able to get the first blue sweep, but the second one is going to give Frostfire a little bit of a way back into the lead. And this top spawn, Frostfire has a nice super speed with the blast to get back up here, but huge mistake, misses the yellow and falls all the way back into the tornado. This is going to be Eguy really closing up this game here at the halfway point. Another great spawn for Eguy, already here right above it. Falls onto the yellow effortlessly, blasts away Frosty, and it's a 3-point game suddenly.
This just shows that it is never over. No matter what, it is never over until it's truly over.
Yeah, takes a little hint of a lead, and this is the massive jackpot spawn at the top of the orange ring. Frostfire nearly makes another massive blunder. Nice clutch with the super speed to keep him in this game. If Eguy got the entirety of that spawn, it was going to be very hard to come back with a minute to go. But you can see it's an even game. Next spawn in this little corner of the map, Eguy takes the top road. And then it's another spawn at the top, but Frostfire with the cut and dry super jump to get the majority of this spawn. Eguy at least makes it up here to keep the lead close. And Eguy down here going to be able to grab the yellow first, but actually doesn't get it. Goes down to the very bottom, and Frostfire is able to get that out from under him. 5-point game for Frostfire.
No. Frostfire bonks.
Yeah, Frostfire's been making a couple errors hitting these walls, and it's really given Eguy a window back into this game, as now they both need to race to the other side of the map. Frostfire uses the super speed around the corner. They both share the blue, maintains the 5-point lead. Crucially, Eguy needs to find a spawn to get back into this one, or else this series is going to look extremely dire for him. But Frostfire is here at the same time, once again keeping the game even.
Okay, they're just going to leave that.
This blue's huge, and it's right in front of Frostfire.
It's Frosty! He got it!
Very important pickup for Frostfire there. 13 points, 13 seconds to go. Eguy looking like he's going to have no chance to get back into this one, but Frostfire goes for the sure thing with the leftover red. Still going to be able to pick up this spawn first with the safe super jump, and it's all over for Eguy. It's going to be a 20-point game for Frostfire on Eguy's pick of Outlook. 2-0 to Frosty.
Massive upset.
What do you think was the key thing there that allowed Frostfire to upset Eguy on his own map pick?
Just playing extremely belligerent and risky, and it just completely worked for him. They just decided to do things that normally even Eguy wouldn't do. Just to take some different paths, take some risks, like especially like we've seen at the beginning, how he grabbed the super speed, and it just paid off almost every time.
Yeah, Eguy looked a little bit out of his comfort zone, I have to say. I mean, there were moments of brilliance where he was able to get to the next spawn quicker, but it did feel like most of the reason that Eguy was able to remain competitive in that game was because Frostfire actually made some pretty big mistakes. So maybe not as polished for either of these players as they would have liked to be in that second game, but I'm sure Frostfire is going to walk away happy taking Eguy's pick off of him.
Basin Hill. Another technical map.
This seems like a risky pick to me into Eguy.
It is extremely risky. Eguy is very good at this map.
Yeah, I mean, Eguy's going to have to pick one of Frosty's maps off if he wants to keep himself alive in the series and hope for the reverse sweep at this point. It would have to be a 3-2 comeback for Eguy, and that starts here on Basin Hill.
Ready, set.
Blue right off the bat, super speed right in front of them. Who's going to be able to hit this ramp launch? They both do so. It looks like it's going to be shared. Eguy with a little bit better ping on Hillsborough, of course, but Frostfire fortunate to be able to keep that one close.
But Eguy does get some... Oh wow, that's a good recovery as well from Frostfire. He came out of nowhere to grab the spawn. But
yeah, that last yellow was a little bit out of the way, though, and Eguy is ready to pounce on the next spawn. And this is the kind of play that we need to be seeing from Eguy in order for him to take this match. But now Frostfire is first on the jump for this next one.
They do share that one. Okay, they share the same amount of points for this spawn.
Nice pathing from Eguy.
Frostfire didn't have blast because of that previous moment. That's why Eguy was able to pounce on that.
Yep, 12-point game. That's 6 yellows up for Eguy, and looks like he's going to be dominating this next spawn too. Eguy very well prepared on this pick. We know he's good at it. He's a very flashy, very quick player, and that's exactly the kind of skill set you need to succeed at Basin Hill. And Frostfire has been very willing to pick up these yellow gems kind of off in the distance, not really caring where the next spawn appears. Eguy's kind of made sure to get the meat of the spawn and then carry on, and that's kind of led to a couple really strong spawns for him where he's pathed extremely efficiently.
Hit. And dives for the yellow, which is an interesting strategy, and it does pay off because of the good respawn.
Oh no, Frostfire gets completely blocked.
A 30-point lead.
This is a dominating performance from Eguy, and this, Eguy's a very momentum-based player. Frostfire is able to get the blue, but once Eguy finds his footing back in this series, it could be a very risky play for Frostfire with Eguy's pick coming up next. We could easily see a Game 5 here if Eguy's able to get back on his feet after those crushing defeats on Outlook.
Frostfire has now the momentum to grab this entire spawn, which he absolutely does. Every single gem is his.
Yeah. He's going to have a lot more spawns like that in order to close the gap, though. It's at least gone back to a respectable 20 points. So about 2 spawns worth of gems is Eguy up right now. They're both going to share pretty much every gem in that spawn. Eguy actually a little bit better on the turnaround there. And another convenient spawn for Eguy, although Frostfire is ready with the super speed.
Very, very good reaction there.
Frostfire is making a solid effort here, but Eguy has the super speed ready, as does Frostfire, and actually both of them are not going to make it. Yeah, huge miss from Frostfire. Eguy capitalizes, and that's going to maintain his lead in this game when it was looking like Frosty had a little bit of a foot in the door to close it up. Still a 20-point game, 1 minute to go. Next spawn next to both of them.
Eguy is just reacting much faster. Just much better, it's much more understanding.
Yeah, that's why it's such a confusing pick for me to see someone into Eguy, especially with it being one of those newer maps that Frosty doesn't have years of experience playing.
Oh, this sort of map does fit Frostfire's technical and extremely risky style of play, but it clearly needs a bit of more experience to play this map.
Yeah, big blue. Frostfire needs this to have any hope in the game, but once again overshoots it. Eguy's going to be able to collect that easily as well. And with 20 seconds left, this one is all but done. Eguy gonna sit back and relax when it comes to this last couple of spawns. He knows there's no chance for Frostfire to come back, and we're gonna see yet another decisive victory in all 3 games. It hasn't been terribly close, but Eguy is crucially able to get one back over Frostfire in this game. And the score now 1-2, Frostfire in the lead. Didn't mean to rejoin. I put it in the wrong channel. Alright, what are we expecting from Frostfire here? Actually, no, it's Eguy's pick. Really, really big stuff. I mean, Outlook clearly didn't work out for him. Do you think he's going to go back to a comfort like Parkour Peaks?
Yep, he is. I said it, and he did it.
Yeah, well, at least he's a little bit aware of his predictability in this situation. Frostfire was down about 20 points at the very start of the match versus Ignis, but after that it looked pretty even. But he's not going to have any such breathing room against Eguy. He's going to have to be ready from as soon as Ready, Set, Go fires off if he wants any chance at fighting this back to Eguy. I mean, very similar map to Basin Hill, you got to say, in terms of the skill profile required. So Eguy's definitely looking like the favorite to bring us to a Game 5 at this point.
Ready, set,
Here we go.
go.
And they split.
2 different ways. Frostfire's way fails, but recovers it really well.
Neither of them actually wants to go for this last hanging yellow. They're going to prepare themselves for the next spawn. Frostfire with a nice blast off of the wall hit in order to secure that next gem, and able to actually complete the entire spawn while Eguy is left looking a little bit dumbfounded.
Very good start for Frostfire.
Yep, and this is exactly the start he needed to be competitive. Eguy gonna have to find his way back into this one. A very nice super speed to get up here, and that's gonna be able to let Eguy get the majority of the next spawn as well. 8-point game for Frostfire at this moment.
Okay, that's
Yeah, Frosty is falling a little bit behind here. Eguy's gonna collect all of that next spawn, and the next one is very gracious towards him. Hits the wall, which is a pretty big mistake. Could have gotten this yellow, but it said Frostfire is not going to pick up the gem just yet. It opts to grab the super bounce, which is not going to be terribly useful as this comes in. And Eguy is actually going to take the lead for the first time in this game.
I don't like what Frostfire did. He just wasted his time and set himself in a bad position.
Yep, completely even match here. Frostfire, 1 yellow up, and fails on that play, but nice save.
That's crazy.
Yeah, really needed that save. Eguy misses a yellow. Frostfire capitalizes, and both of them are right in front of the next spawn. But Frostfire, seemingly ignoring the yellow right in front of him, opts to jump for the far one and misses. That is going to be a nice pickup for Eguy. Both of them going to the next spawn. Both of them sharing all of the gems in this spawn. 3 for 3 shared by both. Frostfire with the super bounce, actually both of them using that. And now both of them coming up to the high point in the map as the next spawn is below them. This is an extremely close game. Halfway through, we are still tied. Eguy opting to take the high road, putting himself in better position for the next spawn, but Frostfire's coming in from the side, able to get both of those. Now both of them, all those spawns on top of where Eguy was. Still going to be a 4-point game for Frostfire. Eguy falls on the next 2 gems and narrows it down to 2. Both of them super speeding up to the top, but crucially, Eguy is able to stay up top. I think Frostfire got a little bit confused on where that spawn was.
It is still tied.
Extremely close here. We've got 90 seconds to play, but Eguy feels like he's getting the momentum a little bit in his favor. Just as I say that, Frostfire was able to win that spawn. Frostfire trying to make good use of the super bounces here. It's been a little bit hit and miss for him. Eguy's able to kind of clean up that spawn and has been making great use of the super speed rebounds all game long. That's a high spawn up next. Frostfire in a better position with the super speed. Eguy's going to have to make this count. Is able to get himself up there, but Frostfire is a little bit faster on the bounce. And crucially, able to jump down to the next spawn first, collecting both of them over Eguy. And this is now a 10-point game. Eguy's got to make that up with 1 minute to go. Frostfire looking very good now. It's 14 points. This is a huge amount of spawns that Eguy is going to have to get over Frostfire. Really strong performance on Parkour Peaks from Frosty. Opts to just snipe out that 1 gem instead of trying to go for anything more. Frostfire goes for that super bounce. That's going to position him a little bit further away from this next spawn. Eguy is able to get that. Frostfire continually sniping off these one-off yellows, and that's maybe leaving him a little bit vulnerable for Eguy cleaning up the rest of the spawn. You can see Eguy's actually tied the game up. We got 20 seconds to go. Eguy takes a 2-point lead. Frostfire is closer. Eguy's on the other side of the map. It's a nice 3-gem sweep for Frostfire in the making, and the next spawn is up top. Eguy, you just left there. Get these yellows.
He's got the super bounce.
Eguy needs the entire spawn. He's got 4 seconds to do it. He's got 2 seconds. There's 1 gem in between. He's not going to be able to get it. Frostfire wins by 2 points on Parkour Peaks. Huge pickup. 3-1 win for Frostfire. Absolutely massive to take Parkour Peaks off of Eguy. He had to practice versus Ignis last week, and he's able to bring it home here in Game 4. Oh, Voltage, what are we thinking about that match?
Incredible. Absolute peak flow multiplayer. It was absolutely perfect. It had everything. It had the beginning, it had the middle, it had the end. It had absolutely everything, every bit of it.
Beautiful games from Frostfire there, with a really strong performance on both Outlook and Parkour Peaks to win both of Eguy's picks, and that is what's going to seal the deal and move Frostfire onto the 4-0 bracket. Very, very beautiful stuff here from both players.
Now I'm gonna get Zedron and I'm gonna fucking shit myself.
That is indeed in the realm of possibility. But thanks everyone for watching, and we've got another game coming up in half an hour.